This review is late and long overdue, but I think I wanted to do this mainly because of some outlets being pretty generous on the ratings. Not saying I'm the most influential and most powerful gaming figure on the planet, but if I can help one person who's still on the fence on Assassin's Creed Origins, then fuck it, let's do it. To start, let me put it this way. The game's not bad.
This is what happens when you take a year off to make your damn game.
I know.
Rather than pushing one out every fucking 3 months.
That's it.
Ubisoft, I don't fucking care. Ubisoft has had a bad streak of Assassin's Creed games. Revelations was not too bad, but it kind of foreshadowed the terrible era for the series. But lo and behold, Ubisoft said, nah, we're still making them. With pretty trailers and not as much gameplay in my head, I was like, I don't know, man. It's just another Assassin's Creed game that's gonna fail. Then in October, the game was released and the internet roared. From Reddit circle jerks to YouTube reviews, the game was doing fantastic, getting like 9s across the board. Yes, an Assassin's Creed game that lives up to the ones that matter. This is so exciting, I can't wait. It's alright. Ubisoft slapped some new paint and structure to this bad boy to assure the public that yes, we're trying, and no, microtransactions are here to stay. I have to hand it to the people over at Ubisoft, though they really did put some work into this game. From combat to the overall storyline implemented into the series, it's not bad. Some glitches and structure issues here and there, but you know, that's an Assassin's Creed game. When it comes to the story, it's pretty solid, and I'll kind of summarize it in this. In the modern times, we have the lovely Layla Hassan, who is our main protagonist for this game. She's a lowly intel gatherer for the research division of Abstergo, and her trusty sidekick and best friend Dion Aguirre. Instead of doing her job, she stumbles across the tomb of Bayek and Aya, presumably the first of the Assassin Order, and ignored Abstergo's orders and does her own thing, in hoping to get a promotion and finding answers. On our Egyptian adventure, we assume the role of Bayek of Siwa, the Magi sworn to protect Egypt for the Pharaoh until that Pharaoh's lackeys just completely fuck him. They kill his son, forcing him and his wife Aya to scatter across the land and murder the people responsible, and boy oh boy, murder he does. We also assume the role of Aya for a brief moment just to give us more backstory really, but if you plan on playing the game, I'll just leave that for your little old self. There's actually some pretty cool sequences between Aya, and I really wish that I could have some more time with her, and, you know, just trying to figure out her motive as well. Now this is just a template for a long and in-depth story. I really enjoyed assuming the role of Bayek and Aya, and Bayek is up there with Altair and Ezio. You need to keep in mind that there is no creed yet. There are no rules to abide by. Bayek is grieving in his own way, in brutally murdering the people responsible for his son, and the reactions and methods Bayek uses is chilling. Throughout the game, the more he kills, his unstable emotions become more tame, and you can really see Bayek being molded into what an assassin should be, which I love. This is the origin of the assassins, of course. The pace of the storyline is just right, and seeing all of the relationships created and formed is pretty great. Special events and fighting in the Colosseum are neat little features in the game that can kill some time. The Trials of Anubis was really cool, and how they implemented these huge bosses from another plane is awesome. I guess I'm happy that it wasn't as glitchy and broken as AC Unity. It is still glitchy, but it's what you expect from Assassin's Creed game. It's sometimes what makes it fun. Oh my god, was I surprised of the huge change in combat and level progression in the game. Past games it was simple, you fucking killed people with Hidden Blade, you hack and slashed and parried, and that's it. Along with that, you only acquired items throughout the story that would help you and make things easier. Honestly, for Assassin's Creed, this is one of its weak points. They did a huge redo of the combat, making it more complex and smooth, allowing you for a wide variety of combinations and attacks. Special moves for each type of weapon, stats on each piece of gear to help you. They even have a fucking machine gun bow, which is honestly my favorite bow of all time. Look at this thing. This thing is fucking awesome. Oh my. Anyway, along with the combat, they give you a skill tree that you can spec points into different passives, tools, and abilities. It's a better way to progress Bayek and actually feel like you were getting stronger. Something the past games really suffered on, a halt in progression. You only felt like the enemies were getting harder and you were getting weaker, which made the game unnecessarily hard. I tip my hat to Ubisoft, this is a step in the right direction. Almost. Yeah, almost got it. Oh my fucking god, Jesus, Lord in heaven, what is all of this? There's an achievement in the game to discover all locations. How in God's name am I supposed to do that in a decent amount of time? You expect me to throw my life away? You expect me to do every minuscule thing for an achievement? Oh shit. Yes, I didn't, and am I proud of it? Not really. It's probably why this review took longer to come out than it should have. This is unnecessary. And after I told all my friends you got rid of all those annoying collectibles, there's not bullshit, I was telling Vaughn, there's not bullshit collectibles all over the map that I have to run around with. Instead of all those collectibles and goddamn feathers, Origins just replaces it with useless locations. And there are a ton of them for no ungodly reason. For every mile in this game, there has to be about 30 of these who gives a fuck locations when you actually find one that's good. But Danny, it's an open world game. This is my problem with not only Assassin's Creed, but with any game that's open world. We don't need it. No one does them, and completionists do it because obviously there is something wrong with us. Recently, the World Health Organization has two mental health disorders that have to do with gaming, and completionist has to be one of them. Fallout 4 was open world, and it's not as bad as this monstrosity. Ubisoft just tone it down. It's just intimidating to look at and not fun. You also risk the game becoming stale because there's just so much to do, and it's not in a good way. Instead, it's in a very bad manner, which is where I got really close to getting. For people who aren't exactly caught up with all the games and what exactly is going on, this does not help. Yes, it's another Assassin's Creed game. Assassinations, blah 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 blah. Egypt's cool, I guess, but what exactly is the reason for all this? Why are we playing Layla in this everlasting effort to find out more about the assassins? What's the point? Well, you can just read all her files and notes in her laptop when you're out of the Animus. But if you're not a loser like me, why would anyone do that? Who? Reading? They were definitely new players to the series, like, what the fuck is going on? What is going on? Implementing a recap is simple, especially for someone who experienced Unity and never touched the story of that or Syndicate. I have no idea where everything is at. Luckily, me, being me, I read every single file, so I'm up to date. A quick 5-minute video of what's happened so far is easy, especially for modern day sequences. I guess it's a thought, but it's also a warning to people who want to pick up this game. No one understands what's happening with Abstergo, the assassins, the characters, and that's a problem, especially if you want to make more games. This is a huge major downside, and a lot of people don't see this as a big deal. But, and now I'm just gonna throw something out there, sooner or later, Assassin's Creed is gonna go in modern day. It is an undying fact that they're gonna do this. There's no way they can't. And when you're being thrown into a modern day, you're going to be confused on what's going on because no one gave a shit about the stories with Abstergo and what happened in modern day after Desmond Miles. No one will. And if you're not going to explain it, it's going to make the game worse. And it's going to hurt. Another problem with this game, and it's kind of a bummer, is the environments. Yay, Egypt. I get to see the pyramids, and it's gonna look cool, and they're gonna be pharaohs and dope enemies and like cool dog head armor like in The Mummy. It's meh. The only place that made me go, whoa, was Alexandria. One city out of like 50. It's a beautiful city in the game, but everything else is boring. Even the pyramids, dude. It's just like, well, yeah, those are pyramids. Have you climbed one yet? It's amazing. Yeah, I did, and it was meh at best. The areas you go to are either, that's cool, to meh. It's not good. And I know it's a different environment from the past games, especially going from Venice or Rome or Jerusalem, pre-America. It's still, there has to be a way to make Egypt interesting, and Ubisoft just really kind of dropped the ball on it. And no, the pyramids aren't fucking cool. They just suck. And sliding down one just gives you a little bit of satisfaction, not even that. Also, there are lots of side quests, lots of them, too many to count. I'm pretty sure I racked up about 90 of these things. And it's a good way to get experience, gold, and items, but seriously, side quests that rack up to almost be 90 is pretty unnecessary. The game is a fresh new start for Ubisoft, anyone can see that. The huge makeover of combat progression and overall style of the game is fantastic, and in no way takes away from the Assassin's Creed brand. Ubisoft never failed to give me an captivating story, with a world filled with history. The characters themselves, including Bayek, take on the role and nail it. No argument there. And hopefully the next game take what succeeded in Origins and starts to improve where the game always suffered. Unnecessary locations, clarity in the story, improvement in environment. All of these can be improved and worked on so the next game is even better. I do have a new hope for Assassin's Creed, but I'm still kind of on the edge. Now, I don't know where Ubisoft is going to go from here, and I hope that they just continue improving, but the constant barrage of locations and side quests, the loss of the wow factor when discovering new areas. With that being said, I give this game a 6 out of 10 overall. It's not bad, but definitely there are too many areas for improvement, and I honestly don't know where these outlets are going with 9 out of 10. There's so much to the game that needs to be explained, and so much that needs to be reviewed. And I don't know, maybe I'm just being too harsh or critical on the game, but this is honestly my opinion. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review of Assassin's Creed Origins. I really did enjoy the game, but there's honestly too many things that you can't just overlook. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you liked the review of Assassin's Creed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Give me your opinions on Assassin's Creed. Have you played it? Has this review swayed you on if you want to try it out? I mean, it is definitely a game that I would rent, which is what I did, and there'll definitely be more reviews out. We do have a podcast, especially for people who are just looking at our YouTube. EzXp podcast is on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Patreon. We do post on there, so you can get the audio file as well. We are looking for other platforms to pretty much expand, but we have a lot of fun doing it, and we've been doing it for over, it's been like 7 months now. And it's pretty exciting, and go on and check it out. All the info for social media, the podcast, and the YouTube channel will be in the links down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope everyone has a good day. I'll see you next time.